Hello Technophiles and welcome back. In this video I'm going to walk through Google Meet and how to have class online. So first off I'm going to show you how to click a link that's already been generated. Crazy. Next I'm going to show you audio visual settings within Google Meet, how to change view, what does present now mean, and lastly how to use the chat. So join me in Google Classroom, and I'm going to assume you've already generated a link either through Calendar or through the settings in Google Classroom. So when you click on that link, dun, 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 up comes the camera, etc. So hello. So a couple things I want to show you on deck here. Number one, notice that my microphone is active. It's actually speaking. Now I'm using an external microphone like this, hello. And notice down here it says to avoid echoes, use the same device for your mic or speaker. So I would often use that mic and then put on a pair of headphones. But you can just use your computers. For the most part, the computer one will just be sufficient. If you want to make any of those changes here, you can go to Settings, and in the drop down just select the internal microphone or whatever. If you have headphones and when you plug them in, so let me show you, if I plug that in, it's going to automatically change so that I have that option to use the built-in headphones there, or excuse me, the headphone. When it says built-in, it means the default there. You can test this, and maybe you can hear that ringing. So just to make sure that the speakers do indeed work. So let us join the call. So I'm joining in, and I'm actually creating it. Since there's nobody else here, I'm going to, this will always pop up. So let's go ahead and have a student join us. So this student here is the favorite of all students. And so this is me seeing just the student right there. And if I want to see just me and have the student somewhere else, you can click on that. Now, since there's only two of us, changing the layouts won't help much. So I can have a sidebar where the sidebar shows up with all the students over on the side like this. I can do a full screen, as you can see here, or I can also change the layout so that I have a tile situation. This works really well if you want to see many students all at once. Since obviously I only have the two, then it's not going to show me that. Now you can turn. Notice that this says that their mic is off, and that's a very good thing to do. Often, what's going to happen is that students' noises in the background are going to be kind of crazy. So I request that my students turn their mic off until they have a question for me. And then they'll turn their mic on and then interrupt me because there's no way to show hands here. However, there is a way to do chats. So if you chat right here, I can send a message to everyone. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? And ask that question to students, and the students can actually respond back, or if the students themselves have a question, they can ask. So let me have the student ask a question. Or just respond, and there you go. The student just responded, and they put 42, but they could ask a question. How, Swenson, can you go over that again? Or I didn't understand step 2, or I have a question from last night's assignment, and they can post that in here, and then I can respond to them without feeling like I'm being interrupted. Because I could just click on the chat anytime and see, oh look, they have a question, and let me respond to that. So that is how you can use chat and also change views. Now let's talk about presenting. So if you aren't just giving a straight lecture with your face and face alone, you have other options here you can present now. What do I mean by that? Well, I can present my entire screen, which I would rarely do that. You would only do that really if you want to, just like I'm doing right now. I'm showing you all the different things that are going on. I'm showing you different windows, different apps, right? That's the only time you're going to do that. The dangers of showing your entire screen is that private things might show up. Maybe there's something in your Finder here or your desktop that students shouldn't see. You know, privacy matters or personal matters, phone numbers, etc. So just be very, very wary of using your entire screen. But you can just choose a single window. So for example, this is something that often I will do. So I will be giving a lesson and I'm just going to share just this one window. So let me show you what the students see. So the student is just seeing, oh, my camera, that's funny. So let me click back here. And the student sees only what I'm showing. And I'm just showing this window right here. And so the students only see that. They don't see anything else. Now, obviously, they still see my camera as a small thing. So as I am giving my lesson in my math, that's going to show up. And they're going to say, oh, here, you know, first I've got to add those two together. And then, so anything that I'm writing and talking through, the students can see. So I'm showing that part of my screen. Now I can also show other things. So let me stop presenting. And this time I'm going to present a window. And what window? Well, I'm going to talk through a dream vacation or slideshow or something like that. So my students can see just that. Now you see this. Let's see where that is. So here it is. This is the what they see. Again, let me show you what that looks like. So again, that's all the students see. Even though I'm on a different screen on my computer, this is all they see. But they do see all the tabs up there. So anything that's at the top, and let me get back to that, anything that's at the top here, they can see all these tabs up on the top there. So just to be aware of not having anything overly personal or private in those tabs. Okay. What else? Presenting. So you can present this, and if you do press the present button, the students themselves do see this entire screen like this. So you can be going through your slideshow and talking, and they can see that as well. All right, so that's Google Meet and using it. I hope you found that helpful. If you have questions, feel free to email me for additional help.